autistic,
sadness,
disorders,
attention deficiency
madness,
disorders,
attention
insanity.
insanity.
We speak for the 100 silent voices.
And embrace everyone as one. I wanted to know what your day is like. What happens on it every day, Monday to Friday? What do? You wake up, then you do what exactly do you do? If you also can explain how you go through the day, the time you set aside for writing, the time you set around for other things. Do you have most of your meals at home, or how does your day go?
Oh, per day, my day goes in, I'm a man who keeps a diary.
Okay.
So I put myself, like currently, my day right now, I focused on two major. One, I have practicals where I go to the street. Maybe sometimes you find me on the street.
Yes,
I'm
many
fundraising.
times, yes.
Then when I come there, I measure the time to go to the offices to search for the document, because I'm now a president of Zambia. So my gear, what I'm geared is to make sure that the poor people are coming out of poverty. Now my main focus is for printing of the money, because I've already given the court session I've done. I've already won in the International Court of Justice. So now the matter is International Criminal Court. I know that the International Criminal Court they have already come to Zambia. They have proved that people were killed here, so that the record is straight. So I kind of next team will answer the charges for that murder people they killed. The Bible says, "Thou shalt not kill."
Now we talk about
talk
about printing money.
Then myself now I'm concentrated now on the question of printing money.
Now when you talk about printing money, they call it inflation. You just bring in money. You distort the economy.
Thank you so much.
That?
Thank you. I know about that. But let me assure you, my dear friend, those people who are talking about that inflation, that's why me, I'm a British student. I've got 8 diploma of degree standard. I'm a professor in the profession, commerce and industry. So now,
what did you study?
These papers...
You've got 8 degrees?
Yes.
You're a professor in what?
In commerce and the industry.
Okay.
So now, compared to me by the late Queen Elizabeth. So now, look, my dear friend, my first diploma is stores management, storekeeping and stock control. This stores management, if you find a professional storekeeper, you find that his store is intact. You can go night time, you find whatever you need. As if he's not ordering. Am I cheating?
Properly arranged and everything in place. Yes.
But if you go to a stupid storekeeper who is not qualified, who doesn't know what he's doing, you find that when you go there, is the sira, why? is incomplete. Poor organized.
So the printing of money.
So now the printing of money. A lot of people talks about inflation. Every time inflation. Mulyokela, you call it inflation. So now look at it. It is, I don't blame them, because education, that's why I've said that the most important part here we have to do is to change the system of education so that we can have proper people writing examinations from Cambridge. This degree holder, they will write from University of Law.
Yes.
Then we shall have proper. Now,
well, your printing of money
yes,
cause inflation.
I'm coming to that answer. I want to answer it correctly. But here it is. My first diploma talked about stock control and stock level, which I will maintain. I will maintain stock. Inflation, go to your dictionary, means having a lot of money, chasing no goods or a few goods.
Yes.
You see, I print a lot of money. Then on the ground there are no goods.
Then you cause inflation.
The money will be bundle, but the money will not buy anything. That is what they call inflation. And it causes, again, a lot of difficulty in life. Because you can have money, but you cannot buy anything. But now, at the same time, if you go back and check correctly, especially some dictionaries, especially Oxford English Dictionary, advanced one, you find that they explain exactly that if you have got a lot of goods on the market, You know? But there's no money to buy those goods. That is the high rate of inflation. Is it not what is happening in Zambia?
It should be called the opposite, like deflation or something.
That
But yes,
is
the point
inflation.
the same.
So what does the country need? The country needs de-inflation. De-inflation means no inflation. Altogether, the money is there, goods are there. Let us come to printing process. The Americans are printing American dollar. They are even selling American dollar in other countries. But now, because we have got a bunch of fools, I'm not sorry to say that, we have got a bunch of fools who are governing the country. They go to America and they borrow money to America. And yet money is printed over a paper. The Americans are printing their American dollar. They call it American dollar. Zambia is a sovereign state, a state governed by, they are aware that they have got the power. For example, I'm a president. People have voted for me now. I'm in charge of Zambia. But I go to America to somebody who is in charge of America. Again, I borrow his American dollar. He printed that money. I don't think even in my thinking capacity.
So let me.
So now, that's why I'm saying Kaunda printed money, even money to put his face. He did not continue using British pound. He sought cleared. Now, Chiluba removed the face of Kaunda, if you want, the history of Zambia. Michael Sata removed the Chiluba, see? Is it not so? Am I cheating?
No, it's true.
So me, I'm also going to print and remove. Because these people who printed, they were printing money only now for themselves.
Are you going to put your face on the money you're going to print?
I'm printing my face. I'm putting my face there on the money. However, I'm not only putting my face. Me, I'm putting my face there and sign that money as governor of Zambia. But I'm putting the face of the owners of Zambia. These are the Litunga of Barosland.
Okay.
Then there's the Gavaund of Nyasaland. To cover the people who come from this side. I requested whether it is Mupesen. They said Mupesen, that's why they call him Mupesen. He found the people, the owners of the land. He was from South Africa, that man. So I got the truth about, that's why I'm putting Gavaund, who is the owner of that land.
Okay.
Then Chitimuku have proof that Chitimuku is the owner, because Chitimuku is from Zaire, Congo, from Luba Empire. He went to that side. So Chitimuku, I'm putting him on that money. And the Ritunga of Barosland, me I'll sign as governor. Give Kaesa what belongs to Kaesa. That's why I'm governing accordingly to the British setup of
Let me
government.
agree with you. So translation for the money thing.
Yes.
Very funny and confused. It sounds that way. But when I thought about the money thing, what I started thinking about is that someone woke me up to the idea that the note of money says, I will promise to pay the bearer on demand.
On demand. Can you
Now, the idea is that, correctly, it's a paper.
It's a paper.
Really a printed paper.
Yes.
The value of that paper, previously, I think for preventing theft and everything, was carry the way a check goes. Carry this. I promise to pay this bearer on demand.
on
When
demand.
you come back and say, I want my gold equivalent of my note, then I should be able to give you value, actual value.
Yes.
But it seems over the years, as people, we have lost the intention of that paper and made the paper the value at the same time.
Exactly.
And the real question that is here is, if he says he can print money, why shouldn't he? If he has an equivalent gold value of that money, he can then, like a check, promise a note to say, you can come and get your gold. If you have he has value equivalent of that money, then he can say this paper represents my value. So the question is, have we lost the concept of money over time and far enough that we have now reached a point where we can measure inflation by how many papers are on the market, even when we have equivalent gold? Or what exactly is this relationship between this paper and the real value of it? And I think as generally most of us need to go back and relook at these papers that are making people kill each other, throw around things, and Zimbabwe is in a mess. Their value is the same. The country's value has not depreciated, but now their dollar is here and there. You see, that's how paper has gotten everything confused.
We speak for the 100 silent voices.
And embrace everyone as one.